All right, I'm live. Okay, happy Thursday evening. Oh my gosh. Here we are, 7 channels of elimination. Do you ever have a day where everything is super calm and max relax, and then all of a sudden, just like chaos hits? That's kind of what I've experienced the last 2 hours. just I'm like, I have to get back home. I'm doing a live, so I don't know. I hope people hop on and watch this as I'm rushing like mad to get back here and hoping that you're still able to tune in tonight because I know I was supposed to do this last Thursday and my darling little grandma passed away. It was like late Wednesday night, so I found out Thursday morning. And even though it's a blessing, really, it was like a really great transition. I just needed a day. And it's really hard to look presentable when you're crying. So I was like, okay, I'm just not going to do this. So I just took a day. Anyway, so I appreciate your time and just the flexibility of being able to come on tonight instead of last Thursday. So today I want to talk about the 7 channels of elimination. Okay, let's see if my little slideshow will work. Of course, in case you don't know about me, I am Katrina Houghton, your wellness boss, health and life coach, registered reflexologist, Reiki master, bossy mom, weightlifter, wife, and a hilarious person. And I work with women who are looking to improve their relationships with food and their bodies so that they can overcome the binge and burnout cycle. That is me, and this is what I do. So I do kind of want to talk more about these 7 channels of elimination. And I wanted to compare your body, to a car. Why? Well, because it's the easiest analogy. All right. So I want to share a quick little personal story. I've tried to cut it down because it's a story. And if you know me and my stories, sometimes they can go off way left field. Anyways, so when I was a teenager, probably in my early 20s, I had my first car. And of course, it was a piece of crap because that's what I could afford. Luckily, my boyfriend at the time was a mechanic. So he was able to fix, and repair it. So he was like, I bought it for like $250. It was an old Hyundai Pony. And I bought it off of this old hippie in the middle of the boonies. And, he was kind of like, if you can get out of the yard, it's yours. And so we were able to drive it home and it was full of rust and had holes in the, in the floor. But my boyfriend was able to patch it all up, patch all the rust holes up. He repainted it for me, stuck some new tires on it, and away, we go. I drove that thing literally into the ground. So I knew that a vehicle needed gas, but I didn't know that a car needed oil. And one weekend, my girlfriend and I, who, were in our early 20s, and we're like, let's go to the big city. Because I lived in South Slocan, Slocan Park, South Slocan, the junction in the Kootenays, which is a very small little town. So going to the big city like Kelowna, which was only 4 hours away, was a big deal. And my girlfriend and I decided that we were going to drive to Kelowna and go party it up, in the big city. And so, we got all ready, filled up the tank. My mom gave me her car phone. Remember the old phones that you could like plug in? I had a little sunroof in that thing. So, we were styling. We were so excited. And so we started driving and we were on our way to Kelowna, and we were probably about 45 minutes outside of Kelowna. And my other girlfriend lived there. So we were heading to her place, before we got all ready to go party it up downtown. And we're 45 minutes outside, and all of a sudden the inside of my car started smoking blue, and all this like fume started coming up through the emergency brake and like consumed the whole inside of the car. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? So I pulled over. And then luckily, before we left, my mom had given me her credit card. She was like, just in case, I just have a bad feeling about this. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she gave me her credit card. And what happened? Well, oh yes. And back then we had BCAA roadside assistance. So we ended up calling BCAA roadside assistance, and they were towing my car to my girlfriend's house, which was in Kelowna. So what had happened is that I didn't know that a vehicle needed oil. And I literally blew a hole right through whatever the tank is that holds the oil inside the car. Oh, it was just a bit bit of a shit show. We still had a really fun weekend, but then luckily I used my mom's credit card and we had to buy ourselves tickets and then take the bus home. And my car ended up living at my girlfriend's place for probably a good 6 months until we could figure out what to do with it. But so you might be like, okay, Trina, what is the whole, deal with the car and the story? And I'm getting there. So your body is like your engine. Your body is your engine, right? And if you fuel it properly, you're going to get maximum distance out of your engine, something that I was not aware of with an actual engine. So if you don't take proper care of your engine, it will slowly start to break down. And things, like the rust holes, I mean, our skin, we can get eczema and acne. You can get boils and have skin conditions. And of course, many more, different conditions that kind of come up and illnesses that come up if we're not properly taking care of our engine. So yeah, I'm relating the body back to a car. So we have to take care of our lifestyle habits, our mental health, alternative medicines, holistic healing, food, detoxing, mindfulness, self-care, and of course, movement. So how do we clean our engine? Well, number one would be the liver. We're going to go right into the 7 channels of elimination. So these are the 7 channels that I stress you really pay attention on how to cleanse this so that you can get maximum distance out of your engine, aka your body, right? If you want to live a long, healthy life, you need to make sure that we're constantly eliminating the toxins and cleaning ourselves from the inside out. So I might have this later in the presentation, but it is a lot harder to reverse an illness from an organ than it is to prevent it. So organ failure is a lot easier to prevent through healthy living, through healthy habits. Once you've damaged your organs, that is really hard to reverse. So our first one is the liver. The liver is our super cleaner. It continuously filters our body. It not only cleans our digestive system, but it also our blood. And its main job is to eliminate toxins. Things that clog our liver are smoking, drinking alcohol, prescription drugs, and toxic cosmetics. And then things to clean our liver, greens, lemons, water, artichokes, turmeric, ginger, dandelion, and beets are just a few. I could go right into liver. I have like a huge handout on how to clean the liver and the different functions of the liver, but I don't want to explain that here because I'm focusing on 7 different channels of elimination. But I mean, that's something we can work one-on-one if you're like, I might have a fatty liver, or I feel that my liver needs a little bit of attention. And I usually suggest if people are feeling a little unmotivated or sluggish or brain foggy, what I like to start with is healing your gut. So I would start with looking at your liver and the health of your liver and the different things that we can do to make sure that it is functioning optimally. All right. So number 1 is liver. Number 2 is your skin. So our skin is our largest organ. Duh. It covers your whole body. So when clogged, we suffer from acne, eczema, psoriasis, redness, and it's usually a result of inflammation. And inflammation can be caused by stress, food or digestive issues, toxic skincare products. Can also clog the pores. And I'm huge on, using clean products and different skincare products that we can use. Of course, if you know me, I have a Mary Kay background. And one reason I liked Mary Kay is because they did not test on animals. And some people might say that Mary Kay is not clean. Some of the products are, some of the products aren't. But I also know what products can, to use on your body as well as your face to make sure that you are giving your skin the best protection and the best care. So of course that's under the skeleton of this is what not to do. And then what to do for your skin to improve your largest organ is of course dry brushing, sweating, which is, daily sweat, man, that is so good to eliminate toxins, exercise, or even just sitting in a sauna or having a nice hot shower, increasing your fiber and antioxidants. So those 2 are key for good skin health. Drinking enough water, because, people say to me, oh, I drink water, but are you drinking enough water? Are you hydrating your whole body? Using a clean sunscreen, adding in collagen, especially after 40, because after 40, it depreciates. I think we like lose 30 to 35% of our collagen, and it just keeps going down and down and down. So if you want to have a nice tight face, we've got to add in our collagen, either through, there's topical supplements, and then there's ingestible supplements. And of course, getting enough sleep. Because if we are not getting enough sleep, that sags everything, not just your face and the bags under your eyes. It's going to affect your skin everywhere. So if you want nice, tight, supple skin, and you're over 40, we have to work for it, ladies. All right, number 3 is actually the lungs. So we detox our bodies through our lungs every day with our breathing. We filter dust, pollutions in the air, chemical toxins, pollens, exhaust fumes, from cars, the outside, the environment, and the list goes on and on. To strengthen your lungs, it's really simple: cardiovascular exercise regularly, deep breathing, sustaining from smoking, vaping, and air pollution, and then make sure your iron levels are good. So iron is really good for your blood and your lungs, just making sure that you're getting enough iron in your diet. And I just want to share a little personal story with you. So of course, everything is connected. And this summer, for some reason, I developed a cough, and I've like never had a cough that lasts this long. It was like 2 or 3 months. And I went to the doctor. I was like, okay, come on, man. Like, what is happening? And it was all in my lungs, and I'm spiritually connected. So I'm like, what am I not saying? What am I not expressing? What is happening in this chakra? And why are my lungs being affected? And I don't get allergies. I'm not someone that is susceptible to allergies. So I was trying all of these holistic things and trying to, increase my cardiovascular. Like I was on the Stairmaster every day. It was summer. So it wasn't like I was cold or suffering from, being freezing. And I finally went to my doctor about a month or 2 months later and was like, what is going on? And he actually did a couple tests, and I had some x-rays to make sure that there wasn't anything serious going on. And you know what it was? It was my sinuses. So he gave me one of those sinus, what are those squirty things that you squirt up your nose? And honestly, like I just did 2 squirts of those, and I sucked it in really deep, cleaned out all of my sinuses, and that stopped my cough. That stopped the congestion in my lungs. And I was like, oh my God, what? Like, wow. I didn't even connect the dots there. So if your lungs are congested, or if you're having issues with your lungs, it might actually be up in your sinuses. And that's just something I experienced this summer. So I wanted to share it. I also know, let's just quickly talk about honey. So if you do suffer from allergies, honey is actually a nutritious food, but it's got to be unpasteurized. And if you can eat local honey from a honey beehive, or if you know someone that makes and sells local honey, I know here locally there's Sobeys, and we can go and get local honey from Sobeys. I think it's made in New Brunswick. But local honey, unpasteurized local honey, is the best nutritious food. Just put like a teaspoon in your tea, or you can drizzle some in your oatmeal. Make sure that you're getting a teaspoon every single day, and do it for the whole year, because when you're eating honey, it actually helps to ward off allergies. So come the spring and summer, if you're susceptible to allergies, it should cut it down or eliminate altogether. So honey is actually like a superfood. I just wanted to give you that little tip there as I was talking about the lungs and our sinuses. Number 4 is your the lymphatic system. One of the reasons I wanted to get into holistic healing with reflexology is because reflexology does help with lymph drainage. And that is something that I wanted to do, like work with people, because if you're injured or if you can't sweat, like our body's detox, our elimination system, yes, we have our colon, but we also have our lymphatic system, and our sewer system inside our body is drained through our lymph system. How do you activate the lymphatic system? Well, you need to sweat. How do you get a sweat on? You either exercise, or you can sit in a sauna, or you can go for a lymphatic drainage massage or reflexology. So reflexology does do the lymph. And at the time when I was really getting into this stuff, I couldn't afford going to massage therapy school, nor did I have the time with 3 young kids. So reflexology, the time commitment was shorter than massage therapy. So that's why I became a registered reflexologist. But the key there was that I could still activate the lymphatic system for my clients, and also through hot stone massage. It's more relaxation, but with the hot stones and heating your body up, it activates your lymphatic system. And that's what I wanted to be able to help people with. And it's so simple. You get to lay there, you enjoy a gorgeous hot stone massage or a very relaxing, there's one more way to sweat. There's another way to sweat. What would that be? You threw me off. I gotta think. Oh, why is this jumping around? Okay, so reflexology will help to drain your lymphatic system as well. And anyway, so some people, you know, if you're not able to exercise, you're not able to get a sweat on, then the lymphatic drainage massage is a very slow massage. And it's just done in certain areas because we have lymph, you know, under our armpits, our breasts, our inner thighs, and then on the tops of our feet and our legs. So that is how we can release our lymphatic system through gentle pressure with the massage or through reflexology. Or of course, you know, go for a run, get on your Stairmaster or treadmill, and you want to make sure that you're having, you know, a daily sweat. And I mean, and I do work with people who are like, oh, I hate to sweat. I'm like, oh man, but we need to get that on. And if anything, it's for the health of your body, because this is how we are releasing your sewer system. I know it's kind of gross to think about, but we need to sweat. We need to get wet because it's healthy for all parts of our body, circulatory, respiratory, you know, colon, everything on our lymphatic system. All right, so it is a direct link to our energy and circulation. If you have poor circulation, your lymph could be clogged. So of course, lymph also helps our circulation system. If you suffer from stress or sitting too long, this can cause your lymph to become stagnant or tense, which is true. So that's why you want to, you know, we always say, make sure that you take breaks, you know, stand up, do some squats, go up and down the stairs, walk around a little bit. I have like a really hard time sitting still longer than 2 hours. That is like my focal point. I can like hone in, zone in, but I've got 2 hours and then I can't sit anymore. I have to move. So I think that's just like an internal little trigger that goes off, but moving is very important. So to create lymph drainage or flow, move your body, lymphatic drainage massage, reflexology, jump on a rebounder. Anyone like a trampoline? Has anyone jumped on a trampoline since having kids? Let me know how that goes for you. That is a whole different sensation. Off topic, Katrina. Our lymphatic system is our sewer system. Therefore, when running optimally, it supports our immune system, pushes out the viruses and bacteria. Clean your lymph, ladies. Clean your lymph. Number 5 is blood. So, of course, delivers our vitamins and minerals through the body, responsible for oxygenating the cells and transporting CO2 to the lungs. Taking care of your blood means moving your body. I guess we're really focusing on movement here to make sure that our channels of elimination are functioning. Water, you know, water is really huge. Water and movement as well. Making sure that you have the optimum iron levels, and then chlorophyll helps to clean your blood along with green vegetables and pure water. So chlorophyll is another superfood. And that, of course, you can get eating plants, but also you can get a supplement, and you can mix it with water and just chug it or add it into your protein shake. Number 6 would be your colon. So one of the best ways to detox is through your colon. You should be going 1 to 2 times a day. Fiber is king, protein is queen. So have you read Fiber Fueled? If not, I would put that on your reading list, because that is an amazing book, and it really talks about why fiber is king and your microbiome. It really gets into your guts and how to have healthy guts. I mean, and that's something you can do on your own, or you can talk to me and I'll just, you know, be like, okay, what's the problem? Let's add this, take out this, and then, you know, make sure that we're cleaning everything with fiber and movement and water. Read your nutrition labels. So 4 to 5 grams of fiber per portion or per serving is high fiber. If it says 2 grams of fiber, it's not enough. So you want to aim for 4 to 5 grams of fiber, and, you know, things like quinoa, your beans and lentils, even oatmeal is high fiber. And you also want to supplement with a probiotic, digestive enzyme, and water. So probiotics and digestive enzymes, those are just really good for healing your guts. Okay. Then our last channel of elimination, number 7, is our kidneys. So our kidneys produce the urine. Kidney issues are usually a result of dehydration from excess alcohol. I can't stress the water enough here, hey? Common signs include back pain, frequent urination, swelling in your hands and feet, blood in your urine, can all lead back to your kidneys not functioning properly. You need to eat the leafy greens, drink a lot of water. Again, it's coming back to drinking enough water, reducing carbonated beverages. So some people who are, conscientious of their weight or trying to eat healthy or fill themselves up will start drinking a lot of carbonated water. That actually is dehydrating, and it's not good for your kidneys. So you're just adding all the carbon into you. And I know it fills your tummy because it gives you all the bubbles, but it's actually not supporting your organ function. Maintaining a healthy weight and then eating fresh fruit. Can't talk anymore. Eating fresh fruits and green veggies. So those are those are the 7 channels of elimination. And here we go. I do see organ health. It is easier to take care of your organs and keep them healthy than it is to reverse organ damage. And you could be left with a chronic condition or irreversible damage. So this is why I wanted to be a healer, is because I wanted to help heal you from the inside out. And when people come to me with chronic conditions, whether you're a reflexology client or you're a health coaching client or a life coaching client, if you're feeling tired or if you're feeling overwhelmed or if you're feeling, like crap, sure, there's other external things that could be causing that. But I am going to start looking at your guts. And this just gets me so excited because that is how I work with people with the eating and with the food, as I'm going to say, what are your symptoms? What is happening in your body? And then we're going to start cleaning you from the inside out. And it all starts from your guts. I love your guts. Okay. So if you've answered yes to any of the following, you have cravings for sugar or starchy foods daily. You experience mood swings or anxiety. You have extra pounds that won't come off with diet and exercise. You have headaches more than occasionally. You feel addicted to foods that you know are not good for you, and yet you can't stop. You experience pain, muscle achiness, or stiffness in your joints. You have difficulty focusing or experience brain fog. You have allergies or hay fever. You feel anxious, upset, nervous, or downright cranky. You get bloated after eating. You tend to gain weight easily, especially in your belly. You frequently belch or feel gassy or gurgly in your belly. And you tend to feel lethargic during the day. If you answered yes to any of these, it's time for a detox. It's time to work on those 7 channels of elimination. So, of course, I want to let you know about the 21-day Metabolism Reset. So this program is designed for women who suffer from belly bloat, unwanted weight, and want more energy. The body is designed to be self-cleaning and to excrete toxins, and it can't always handle the toxic overload present in today's environment. So we're not only talking about food, there's also toxins that our body is trying to process from the environment, from chemicals that are in the air or in our products or on our clothes or, even hand sanitizer. All right. So these chemicals are not excreted. If they're not excreted, they accumulate in our fat cells and cell membranes and become internal toxins. And these toxins corrode the body from the inside out, making it harder to lose the weight, have energy, or feel good in your body. And a cleanse is a gentle way of clearing excess toxins from the body so that it can operate at its highest potential. Think of a cleanse as something that delivers an all-access pass, boundary reserves of energy that you didn't know that you had. And you'll find that every part of your body works better simply by switching on your metabolism through cleansing. So not only do we look at your guts, but everything that we do in the Metabolism Reset helps your immune system. So it not only kind of clears all the toxins, eliminates all of the crap that's been, inside and outside. We're supporting the immune system. We're taking care of all of those organs that we just talked about, those 7 main elimination channels. That's what the reset does. Okay, so what I know for sure, it's okay to ask for help. You need to clean your engine daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annually. How? Through water, food, movement, fiber, water, sweat, food, water, massage, reflexology, detoxing, cleansing, water, and movement. Do you see a pattern here? All right. So this is how the metabolism reset works. Now, personally, I do this because it is a wonderful adrenal gland cleanse, and I like to reset my adrenal glands. I know where those are on your feet, but it also helps to do the reset because it just really rejuvenates my whole energy level. It kind of lifts a fog. I don't live in a fog, but after doing the reset, I just feel that everything is a lot more clearer. And I just have like a whole renewed energy. So the first 7 days, we slowly start to eliminate inflammatory causing foods. So the first 7 days is the wean week. We start to pull everything out, and I coach you through this. The second 7 days, we cleanse. We also want to make sure that we're adding in immune supporting foods, metabolic supporting foods, high fiber foods, and enough water. So we cleanse through food, movement, bathing, dry brushing, massage, reflexology, meditating, breathing, walking outside, and getting fresh air. During the 21 days, I really encourage doing those things. Taking this time to support your immune system, your whole body, and your cells, your body, mind, spirit, as you go through the metabolism reset. And then the third 7 days, we slowly add back food groups in a specific order. So we will add a food group and then cleanse, and then add a food group and then cleanse to see how our body is receiving that. And we talk about all of that. We have like a food, mood, poop journal, because I want you to pay attention to what you're putting into your body, how you're feeling 2 hours later, what is your energy feeling like, and how's your poop. And, you know, we track your poop the whole time. You don't have to like write it in a tracker and tell me. You just need to take record of that so that you know how optimally your body is functioning. And then, of course, we celebrate because we have a whole bunch of new energy. Our adrenal glands are reset. We've cleaned our colon, and our body is just feeling nice and bright and full of energy right before the holidays. And I thought, what a great time to do this, taking November. So the reset starts November the 8th. It runs until the 28th. So we're doing this right before we walk into Christmas, right before the holidays. Oh, look, I jumped the gun. So it's November 8th to 28th. It's on sale until October 31st. So it's regularly $147. It's on sale right now for $99 until Sunday, but you need to use the code earlybird21 at checkout to get it for the $99. And then once you buy it, you download the reset. Everything is there for you. You have everything right on your desktop. And then you are entered into the group because it's not run in this group. I run it through a different group that's called the 21-Day Metabolism Reset. And so in that group, I coach you daily through the whole 21 days. And I think that's the last of my slides. So I hope that this informed you a little bit. If you feel that, maybe one of your channels of elimination is clogged, whether it be your liver, your skin, your lungs, your blood, your kidneys, whatever else is in there, let me know. If you feel like, maybe this is something I need to look a little further into, then don't hesitate to reach out. I'm more than happy to talk with you one-on-one. I can give you some advice. I can help you out. And if you are thinking, you know what, I am feeling a little sluggish, I said yes to some of those key points there, then maybe it is time to do the reset. And again, it's only $99. I'd love to see in the group. I've got a bunch of people that are doing it with me. I'm going to do it too. So once you're in the group, I do run this 4 times a year. Once you're in, you're in. So you can join in whichever ones that you want to do. Personally, I participate twice a year. So I did my cleanse in March, and now I'm doing it again in November. And I freaking love it. I love doing this, and it's getting easier and easier. And I challenge myself, every time that I do it now. But I am working with some beginners that are in the group, so I would love to see you there. So thanks for tuning in and watching this. Maybe hit the replay, comment replay. Thanks for staying with me till the end.